Sharon Speaks. And in this episode, this is very different, as you guys can see. I'm sitting on the big couch and I'm sitting by myself. And because I wanted to do kind of like a touch-in with you guys. And you can expect more of this like as the year goes on. I'm going to be sitting down, touching in with you guys because, you know, sometimes when I'm sitting here with guests, you can't take away from what they have to share. So I'll be coming in, talking to you guys so we can have our own little rapport. Before we get into today's episode, I want to say a huge thank you guys for the love, the support that you guys have been showing on Sharon Speaks. Like, I started this year. Like, let's just deep. I started in 2023, and like, just the measures and the impact and the value that Sharon Speaks has actually had. Like, I want to say I never expected it, but like, I really never expected it. And just to think that like, this is really just the start of what is going to happen is mind blowing. Do you know what I mean? So, and I have you guys to thank for that. So I want to say thank you. You're going to be watching this in the new year. So happy new year. We made it. God is good. Happy new year, guys. Hope this year is one of joy, peace, love, and abundance and acceleration because, we have to move forward. So yeah, happy new year, guys. So first thing, we're going to change the layout of the show, not drastically, but just a little bit, just to make it more interactive with you guys. So we're going to include like a game. You guys know we come in, we do the dilemmas, and then we go into like the conversation. We're going to have a game as well for me and for the guests because sometimes I have guests I genuinely don't know. So we can't just go in and be like, hey, so what's your deepest, darkest secret? You know, that sort of thing. So we're going to have like a game, kind of like an icebreaker. So you guys send in like what you want as well. Another update. I feel like I'm saying so many updates right now. Another update is we're going weekly, guys. Woo, woo, woo. So Sharon Speaks is going to be weekly. No more seasonal, by the grace of God. Guys, pray for me. Because you know what 52 episodes is? 52 guests, 52 conversations. Showing up here 52 times. Pray for me because I'm going to need it. And so, we're going to be weekly. So by God, grace of God, you guys can expect an episode every single Thursday, 7 p.m. You know the vibes already when Sharon Speaks. Y'all listen. I don't know. That's right. And so I think that's all the updates. If I remember anything else, I'll go on as the episode goes along. And we're going to get into the game. So the game we'll be playing, guys, on this show is Would You Rather. So it can just vary from would you rather a dog or a cat, or would you rather, I don't know, be buried or cremated. Do you know what I mean? It can vary. So expect the unexpected. You know the vibes already. And so over to you, babe.
Hi, Sharon. So we're going to start off with something light. So, Sharon, would you rather never experience love or never feel fulfilled in life?
I thought you said light. Never experience love or never feel
fulfilled in life.
Ooh. Damn. I feel like up until recently, it would have been so easy for me to say never feel fulfilled. It would have just been so easy to say that. But I don't know, guys. Would I never feel loved or never feel fulfilled? To be honest, you know what it is? I would still say never feel fulfilled. Okay. And the reason I say that is because I feel like even if you are loved, you not feeling fulfilled would still override that in your personal life. Do you know what I mean? Because being loved by someone is a certain aspect of your life. It shouldn't anyway be your entirety. My own personal humble opinion. And so I would still say never feeling fulfilled. Yeah.
Okay. So would you rather a Raz man with money or an educated man without money?
So like a portable with money. Like would I rather a Raz man with money or an educated man without money? But then my thing is, how educated can you really be if you don't have money?
I mean, you can go to school and don't have a job. Like some guys are really smart, right? Without money. Yeah.
Would I rather a Raz guy with money? How Raz are we talking?
Very Raz, portable.
But the thing is, portable speaks sense. Do you know what? I'm going to go with a Raz man with money. I'm going to go with that, yeah.
Okay, so would you rather be forgotten? Wait, hold on, sorry. Would you rather forget your loved ones or be forgotten by your loved ones? Did you get that?
Guys, that's what we're going to play today. This is the first episode back. Would I rather be forgotten by my loved ones? Or
no, would you rather forget your loved ones or be forgotten by them?
I'd rather be forgotten by them.
Really?
As sad as it is. Because I don't want to forget.
I'd rather forget.
Guys, can I also just say a PS? I'm so emotional today. I don't know why. So I can cry on this pod right now.
Yeah.
Just so you guys know. So yeah, you can go on.
Okay, so would you rather be street smart or book smart?
Street smart.
Why?
I feel like street smart actually gets you into rooms. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you can build your way into like rooms. If you're book smart but you don't have street smart, I think like you're limited. But street smart, like you see, like even in the workplace, right? The people that get promoted more times, apart from skill and competence, we're not going to take that aside, is the people like. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like being street smart, being able to like navigate your way around people, will get you further.
But you can be street smart and then have no skill, like nothing.
But street smart in itself is a skill. Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
I don't know if I'm wrong, but yeah.
But yeah, that's all.
Is that
everything
all?
we have for you today?
Okay, thank you. So guys, now we're going to move on to the dilemmas before we get into today's episode.
Yeah.
You can go on.
Okay. Hi, Sharon. My husband and I recently got married. We met in college, and this was 2 years ago when he came to do his master's. We dated for 3 months, and he asked me to marry him. My family and friends said he was using me for his papers in Ireland because he hasn't been able to secure a job since he came. So we secretly got married without my parents' permission. I cut off all my friends and family because my husband said they were jealous of me. Things has changed so much since we got married. I found out he had been talking to different women on the phone. Last week, I found out that he helped his ex-girlfriend from Nigeria to secure an Irish visa, and he also gave her 5,000 from our joint account. And I'm lonely, and I have no one to speak to. Can you help me, please?
Hey, yo. Wait, so first of all, he came here 2 years ago.
To do his master's?
To do his master's.
Yeah.
Then he proposed 3 months later.
3 months after they got together.
Okay. That's already a red flag. Because where are you rushing and why are you rushing to? I feel like, can you really know someone in 3 months? And I'm very aware that, like, you will never 100% know someone because every day is a constant thing. No, but even I don't 100% know myself in the sense of, like, the person I am today will differ to the person I am tomorrow. You're always constantly changing. But, like, 3 months is a bit of a wild one. Do you know what I mean? So then 3 months, they got together. And then she got married.
In that 3 months, yeah.
But behind her
Without
parents,
the parents, yeah, approval.
another-
And her friends' approval. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's right. Just also because, right? You see, sometimes we're like, oh, yeah, going to get married without my parents' permission. I feel like should I say a real man? I feel like a man should not even allow you to get married without your parents' blessings. You know what I mean? I feel like from the onset, the relationship was not looking good. But sorry, continue.
So she cut off all her friends because her husband said...
Another red flag.
Her husband said they're jealous of her.
Yeah.
I think you just cut her off, just cut everything off from her.
Yeah.
Just
so
to keep her
you know
lonely.
when you don't have like people, like, you know, if something happens in like a relationship or like a marriage and you have someone to be like, what's this? Like, if you cut her off from everyone like that, she's so much easier to like manipulate and control. Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
I think that's what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
So now he helped his ex. He gave her 5,000
from their joint account. Yeah.
Pounds.
Euro.
From the joint account.
Joint account. Yeah.
Hey, yo.
This is why you don't do no joint account with no man.
Are you
Nothing.
really?
No.
Yeah, so yeah. This pod is now somehow self-incriminating. I have to watch what I say on it.
Would you do a joint account with your man?
Would I do a joint account? Depends on the purpose. Like, if like we have like a joint purpose in the sense of our kids. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Like schooling and stuff
Saving
like
for
that.
the kids.
Not
Okay.
like my salary enters, bam, his own enters, bam. No, not like that. But like if it's like a joint purpose or if it's like something we're trying to do together, then yeah, I actually don't mind.
Okay. And he helped his ex
So now she has no
secure
one
a
to
visa.
talk to.
Yeah.
The first thing I would generally say is like, go back to your home. Like, the thing about family is like, yeah, you guys will have your ups and downs, or hopefully anyway. But I would say the first step to do is go back home, go back to your parents. Like, don't be like too proud or too like shameful to be like, okay,
Yeah.
this is what's going on, this is what's happened, maybe I should have listened to you, maybe I should have waited. I would say go back home, try and reach out to your friends as well. I would also actually advise, go and talk to a therapist, because like the £5,000 was probably like the last straw of like what he did. He's done a lot of other things. Like, go and actually seek help. Don't like fall into that cycle of feeling shameful or feeling like, oh, I should have seen this or I should have listened, because if you go down that road, it's going to be harder to get up. So I would just say like, go back instantly.
I
Yeah.
just think she's embarrassed. That's
And I think
all.
and that's one thing. It's like,
Yeah.
embarrassment will keep you down longer than it is going to help you. So I would say try not to get into that hole of embarrassment and like going down into that, because that could also cause depression
Yeah.
very soon, and you feel like it's the whole world against you, when in reality it's not. Just reach your hand, put your hand out, and like, you'd be amazed at the
Ask
amount of
for
people that
help,
will
yeah.
be reaching back out to come and help you and take you out of that like place that you're in. So yeah.
But like, can I just say something now? You see his ex that he helped. What if they're still together?
Oh, they are. They are. That's the real love of his
Oh.
life.
Okay.
I don't want to get into another topic conversation, but like, I feel like, you see, when men like you, yeah, you don't have to guess. And it's
That's
the same way
true.
when they hate you. You also don't have to guess. Like
100.
that, like him doing that, he doesn't rate her.
Yeah. But what would you advise to stay in the marriage, or
You see, marriage is a whole different game. I'm not gonna.
I can't say
Do
divorce your husband, baby
If
girl.
it was a boyfriend, I'm like, yeah, drop him. He's the
But not-
boyfriend,
yeah,
but
that's
he's
her
he's
husband.
actually a husband. Like, I don't know. I would say go to pastor.
And now the ex is in like the same place in Ireland.
Yeah,
so
the
what,
ex is
like,
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are we gonna do about that?
As I said, go to pastor. I'm not fit. I'm not fit to say that one.
Okay.
Yeah, is that the end of the dilemma?
Yeah. That's
Anyway,
it.
thank you so much for sending your dilemma. You guys can send them more. Just email or like in the Instagram DMs, and I'm actually gonna put up something for the anonymous one, just for you guys that don't want your names to be shown. So yeah, thank you guys. So now we're gonna get into today's conversation. We're going to first of all talk about 2023. What was 2023 for me? 2023 was a different type of year. Like, it was a good year in some aspects. Like, if I solely focused on, like, for example, Sharon Speaks, it was a good year. Do you know what I mean? If I solely focused on like work, it was a good year. If I focused on my family, even, it was a good year. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I zoom in on certain aspects of the year, it was a really, really good year. It was, even personal development wise, it was an amazing year for personal development. I can proudly say, like, the person I am now compared to the person I was at the start of the year, two completely different people. Even the person I was when I first did episode 1 of this is so different. So personal development wise, like, it was an amazing year. Like, I feel like this year was the year that I said I would do, and I did. And for that, even, I'm so, like, proud of myself. Before I even get to the negative, let me big up myself. Like, yeah, like, I feel like this year I laid out, this year I'm going to do this, this, that, and the other. And by the grace of God, I did this, this, that, and the other. I was very super focused, super zoomed in on, like, what I wanted. And, like, anything that was going to, like, distract me from that, like, I was very quick to be like, no. Like, you know what I mean? I was very zoomed in, very focused. And for that, I'm really, really happy. But then there was also other sides of the year that, guys, there were some episodes I sat here. There was one particular episode I really wish you guys saw, but, like, that's the episode that did not come. Like, I was literally here and, like, I was crying. You know what I mean? Like, if I look at that side of the year, like, it was hard. Like, I lost people. You know, obviously, every year you lose friends, you lose this, you lose that. But, like, losing them is one thing, but then, like, them actually being taken from you in, like, cases like death and stuff like that is a different thing. And I feel like this year I lost, like, I grieved hard. And I don't know, that was hard, because as someone that also does not know how to, like, grieve or process things like that, or negative emotions, it's so hard, because when things happen, my initial reaction, like everyone else, like, oh, someone passed away, is not to, like, cry. I just sit there. Like, you know what I mean? I don't feel emotions. And then I feel like when everyone has seemingly moved on from like a situation, it takes a long time for my mind to like process stuff. And it might just be the little thing. I might smell something and be like, oh my God, this reminds me of this, that, and the other, or this person. And I'm like, oh my God, they're no more. And then in that aspect of life, everyone's just looking at me like, yeah, like this happened ages ago. But in my head, like, this only happened like yesterday. So I think that aspect, I don't even think I've actually still gone through the process. I think I'm still just like, putting a band-aid over it. And then I'm scared for the day that I kind of like deep down. So there's that aspect of like life. It was hard. Um, but yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know because I want to say like it was hard, but like I know that God is still good, and I know, I don't get me wrong, I still know that God is still good. And at the initial stages of it, like I said, like when the death or the passing away just happened, I was still very quick to be like, no, I know God is still good. I know that God still got me. I know that da, 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 da. You know what I mean? Like I was able to be like, yeah, God, regardless, I will praise it. Da, 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 da. But as time goes on and like you start deep in it, I'm like, but God, I prayed. But God, we pray. Like, do you know what I mean? So I think little things like that, it does alter like how you deep life, how you see things, or even sometimes just how you just are, how you show up. But I'm thankful because I feel like I'm being loved back to position. Oh my God, that can make me cry. I feel like I'm being loved back to pieces. Like usually like when things like this happen in my life, it's like, yeah, I'll fall and I'm gonna pick myself back up. And I've been doing that a lot. Like my friend always says that, Sharon, you never seem to catch a break. And I mean it in real life. But I feel like this time I'm being just loved back into place. And I don't know how to explain to you, but it's good. And even my friends have just been so good to me. Even though this year I've also seen some crazy people. I've had some crazy friends, but then there's the constant ones. So for that, I'm grateful. And I think that's another thing I actually learned this year, even in terms of relationship. I did my 2024 vision board, and for the first time ever, I actually put friendship on my vision board because I feel like this year I've really seen the power of good friends and bad friends. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, I was very, very focused this year, but I was so focused to the detriment of my friends. I feel like I only started seeing my friends in the last 2 months. 2 months of the year? Yeah, I only started seeing them in the last 2 months, and which shouldn't be like that. So one of the biggest lessons I learned this year, as well as other things, was balance. Learn to balance life. Yes, chase your dreams. Yes, be focused. Yes, be driven. But at the end of the day, like, you still only actually have one life. You have to, like, when you go, nobody's going to say, on the 6th of February, she hit 100K subscribers. So nobody's going to remember that. They're going to remember the person that you were, the impact that you had on their lives, the memories that they had with you. But if you're too busy chasing all these other things, that's all you have to you. You're not going to have anyone to remember you for anything. So I think this year, balance is one of the key things I learned. But even in that same breath, I still believe in a season of isolation. I still believe in the season where you have to go after everything that was meant for you, and you have to go after it fearlessly. But the key thing is it's understanding that it's a season, not a lifetime. Like your whole life should not be based around like chasing. And it's so important to just learn how to be. Like another thing I learned this year, guys, the art of just be. Not being based on what you have done or what you're going to achieve, but just being, like, even in this present moment, is something that I've really learned this year. Faith wise, how's my faith this year? Guys, this year I said I'm going to pray, I'm going to fast, I'm going to read my Bible, I'm going to get to know God closer. That thing we all put at the start of the year. And honestly, I feel like this year, me and God went on a different journey, like, and in a good way, in a positive way. Like, really thankful for the relationship that we built, like even this year in particular, obviously last year too, but this year really good. Obviously, one thing I also really learned this year was you can never know it all. You can never be too spiritual that you don't need guidance. Like I was just saying it just there. One Bible scripture that kept ringing in my ear this year, especially in the latter part of the year, was, when I say this year, guys, I'm filming this in 2023, but you're going to see it in 2024. One scripture that kept ringing in my mind was, any man that thinks he stands, let him take heed lest he falls. And it's just like, you cannot actually sustain yourself. What, all those times that you are praying, you're going to church, you're doing the work, you're fasting, you're doing this, it's not actually by your own power. And the sad thing about this is you only realize that it's not by your own power sometimes when you're falling, when you're no longer there, you realize it was actually the grace of God keeping you. Because you do those things when God is giving you grace, you do them with so much ease, then you just realize, and then you think it's you, but at the end of the day, it was never you. So I feel like I really, really learned that in order to do anything well, anyway, for me, my secret weapon is God. And the moment I step out of that, it's locked, that sort of thing. So I think I learned to really keep God at the center. And talking about keeping God at the center, we've had so many conversations on Sharon Speaks concerning like keeping God at the center. You guys have seen like the one I've done on like, yeah, my man this, relationships this, and friendships this. I would not do this. I would not do this. One thing I learned, it's so much easier to verbalize your standards. Verbalizing your standards and actualizing it. It's like two completely different things sometimes. Like you might say, oh, I never want to do this, or I want to do this. But like I said, again, it's the grace of God. You can have all these standards like, oh, I'm not going to, like, for example, I'm not going to cook for a man. Do you know what I mean? But then the reality of your standard might look completely different. Or even like, for example, I'm not going to have sex before marriage. And that's the standard that you're verbalizing. But then actualizing them might actually look so different. Like when push comes to shove, when you have that man that you actually like, because sometimes like we say all these things forgetting that like the reality looks different. I do have enough willpower to actualize your standards. Anyway, yeah, so I've said a lot of things. Yeah, so like completely, yeah, actualizing your standards. Yeah, I said that. But another thing is this year I feel like I learned to see myself with our rose tinted glasses, and sometimes it's really good, but it can also be really scary because, again, in our heads, we've painted an idealistic picture of ourselves. But then you take away the rose tinted glasses and you're like, oh, damn. Like I can not proudly say, I can actually say this year, in certain aspects, I was not the greatest friend. Do you know what I mean? Because like I said, I was chasing. So being able to actually sit back and be like, oh, you could have done this better. You could have done this better. You could have done this better. It's been a lot. This year has been good. This year has been I will still say regardless of the downs, the ups were upping, and it was actually a really good year for me overall. Do you know what I mean? We can zoom in and zoom out of certain places, but it was a really, really, really good year, really wholesome year, especially the last few months. I just felt like all the times I lost this year, I feel like it was really like giving back to me in the last few months, which was really good. Um, yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say. Another thing is, guys, understand going into this new year, understand what actually matters to you. I would say that I saw this analogy of the glass balls and plastic balls. Glass balls, the things in the glass balls are the things that you treasure, that if the glass ball should break, like you would not want it to break. So I would say like what actually matters to you. That's something I like to say. What do you want? What matters to you? Put them in the glass thing. Protect them with everything that you have. And then the plastic ones, not that you can kind of like play around with them, but like play around with them. Set your goal on what you want and don't go for anything less than. And that's in every situation, guys. Set your standards and don't let anyone tell you your standard is too high. It's too up there. Your goals are too this. No, 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 no. And also find your tribe. In anything that you want to do, I would say finding your tribe. Life already is hard. But when you find your tribe or you find that one or two people with like-mindedness, I would say hold on to them and treat everyone with kindness and respect. And also, I think they said that if you really want to do everything that you want to do this year, it also starts by clicking subscribe. So yeah, subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. And yeah, I think that's the end of this episode. I hope I didn't ramble on, guys, because it's so different. I'm just here sitting down and talking, and I didn't really even look at my notes. But hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one and to see everything else that we have in store. And yeah, love you guys. Bye.